Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the Ted Show. Actually, this is a new series that I'm excited to do with my friend James Gelfand. He is the club manager at Citrus Club, and you all know how much I love Citrus Club. It has been my home for 28 plus years. I'm very excited to bring you this show, and James has been kind enough to share with us and share what's going on in the club. And so we're calling this Citrus Club Happenings, Bubbles and Banter. We'll come up with a real name at some point. But right now, today is the launch of the show, and we're just excited for you to get to know more about what's going on in the Citrus Club. Because honestly, I have my meetings here. I do so much here, but it's beyond me. There is so much that goes on a daily basis and an evening basis here. And I think it's super important, at least for me, for the rest of the world to see how wonderful Citrus Club actually is. So welcome, James. How you doing today?
Thank you, Ted. I'm doing great. First of all, thank you for loving Citrus Club the way you do. It's been an incredible 28 years, you with us. As you know, Citrus Club has been here for 52 years, a stable here in downtown Orlando. I think Orlando was founded by many of our founding members. So tremendous history, iconic views, great people, fabulous members. Life can't be any better.
Woo, there it is. He's right, 1971. And my wife, as you guys know, I've said it on the show before, my wife's parents were founding members. So she's been coming here since she was about 3.5. I know she says it all the time. So she looks amazing.
Stacey's wonderful.
Thank you very much. She is wonderful. She puts up with me, James. So you must be wonderful to do that. Let's talk about Citrus Club, though. So a lot of people, it's funny when I invite people to come down to Citrus Club, they're like, "Oh, I can't go. I'm not a member," or I don't know enough about it. And I even sometimes get people don't even know anything about it. They've heard about it, but they don't know. But we're charging forward this year, and you've already put a lot of things in place to do that. And I want to encourage you to see, that's what's great about live, isn't it? I want to encourage you to kind of share what's going on, because we just did a big refresh renovation. The club looks absolutely beautiful, completely, in my opinion, completely different, more open, more airy, more inviting, more elegant. There's a lot of adjectives I could use to describe the club, but tell us a little bit about the renovation.
Well, to begin with, it is beautiful. And we're very, very excited. There was about 3 months of disruption where we stayed open, we renovated, we have this whole new look and feel. It's light, it's bright, it's modern, it's airy. It's amazing how the designer incorporated the palm frond and the fern into the fabrics, into the carpet, into the wall coverings behind us. It's just incredible. We opened up, if you will, post-renovation April 8th, and nothing but accolades. Our members and their guests have just been thrilled with the new look and feel of the club. About $2 million worth of love, and it certainly is way better than I had anticipated.
Me too.
Loving it, right?
Me too. So I have to tell you, the renderings, right? We've talked about this. Those who saw the renderings early on, even before you got here, I saw some of the renderings, and we were all a little bit skeptical.
Sure.
And then we were afraid it was going to look like Howard Johnson's or some of the ones that I heard. But wow, when I walked in, I was blown away. The renderings didn't do it any justice what the final outcome was.
Agreed. Once you get in and you're able to enjoy the lighting and touch the fabric and just get a feel for the whole ambiance that our designers have created, it's a wow.
And I'm looking at the dining room. We're in the wine room right now, and I'm looking at the dining room, which has a new name. What is the new name?
Oh, well, Tangerine is the dining room, and then we've turned the lounge into the Grove. And Chef Chris has created great new menus to accompany the new space. And again, we're having fun. Members are responding, and guests are wowed. And all of a sudden, Citrus Club is becoming top of mind again.
I love it. And I want to kudos or go along with what you said about Chef Chris. He is absolutely amazing. I can't tell you what a difference in the food, because every chef's different, right? So I've been around for a long time, so a lot of chefs. Chris is so passionate about what he does, and he just pours love into all of it. And then I think he gets more excited than the people enjoying the meal when he sees them enjoying the meal and enjoying his food and his presentation.
Absolutely agreed. Chris has been with Invited Clubs now for a little over 13 years, most recently out of Boston. Passionate about his culinary skills, passionate about his team. He really wants to get the most out of everybody. If Chris had to choose a favorite, I think it might be Italian and Asian on a personal perspective, but he's creative. He blends texture and flavor. And hey, Chris, what are you going to do today? I don't know. I'll let you know in an hour. Okay. Some of it,
God, that's creative.
Some of it is so well planned out. But when we're hosting our bourbon clubs and we're doing our, vintners dinners, it's always a surprise, which is great.
He just did. All three of my kids were together, which is rare. And we had dinner here at the club, and I sent Chris some things like, hey, could you do this and could you do that? And his comment to me was, is that it? Like, that's what I love about the creativity. When I tell you the food was delicious, we're still talking about that meal and the presentation, the way it was brought out. He obviously thought how he was going to do it. And so kudos to Chris, because I feel like the food here, it's just been escalated up. It's absolutely delicious and beautiful, and you have to come and try it. So let's talk about being a member really quick, because I think that's important.
Sure.
It's great to visit, but this should be your home. If you, there are a lot of things that you can do here and a lot of ways to utilize the club. So talk a little bit about membership.
Sure. Well, we are a private members club, okay? But members have access to 2 great dining rooms, wonderful meeting space, great programming, great networking and socialization. And when you become a member here at the Citrus Club, you become part of the Invited family. There's over 225 clubs around the country that you have access to as a visiting member with perks and benefits throughout. So when you're traveling on business and you're going to Texas, you're going to San Francisco, you're going to LA, San Diego, Chicago, Atlanta, there are business clubs throughout. And then great golf and country clubs. I've had the pleasure of being associated with 2 of Invited's country clubs, one in Virginia and one in North Carolina. And I'll tell you, quality, consistency, great golf, wonderful people. Invited gets it. And I'm just honored to be part of the team.
They do get it. And let's talk a little bit about you being part of the team, because when you came on board, the first thing that I noticed about you was your willingness to listen and make changes or bring things back and really hear what the members were saying about, well, we'd love to see this again, or we'd like to improve this. And you are just very open about listening to that. So talk about some of the things you brought back. I know we have breakfast back, but talk about some of the programming, because I think it's super important for people to understand.
I agree. And collaboration is key. My role in dealing with our members, interacting with our guests, interacting with our associates, it's all about collaboration. It's all about accessibility. And I think that as a team, and when I say team, I'm talking members and the Invited staff here, work together to improve the experience, because at the end of the day, it's very, very experiential. You're right, breakfast has come back. Members have asked for it, so we did it. There was talk about this wonderful happy hour on Thursday afternoons from 4:30 to 6:30, where they used to have an open bar for 2 hours. The chef puts out a bunch of food. It's $15. Come on in and knock your socks off and have some fun.
It's amazing, honestly.
At the programming, and members have said, hey, we'd like to have a book club. Fine, it's done. Hey, we'd like to have a morning Bible study. Fine, it's done. We'd like to create a speaker series using our members. So that's under creation. And of course, you've got the Bourbon Club, you've got the Vintners Club, you've got Chef Winemaker Dinner, you have CEO Roundtable, you have Toastmasters. The list goes on. And all of these things are available to our members. Yes, certain events we allow guests to come, but we're working hard now at putting a certain level of exclusivity back into being a member. And I think that's extremely important. People have choices. They have dining choices. And our goal is to provide unique and memorable experiences so they think about coming to their club first. And again, it's home for so many people.
Yes.
You're multi-generational. So many of our members, my dad or my grandfather was a founding member, and then I became a member, and now my kids are members, and now we're looking at our grandchildren to be members. Holidays here are so much fun.
Oh, I agree.
Easter and Mother's Day and Father's Day. And we're going to have a few more things planned. Some great Tier 4 events like our Havana Nights or our Carnival. Gosh, we're doing a bourbon and cigar dinner outside on May 23rd. Chef and I are renting great big grills, and we're cooking right off of the grills. And we're going to have some great fun with Corona Cigar down the street. So it's things like that that we're creating, we're partnering. We're just trying to have fun, put great business, have fun, and the money will come later.
The money does come later, but I want to piggyback on that because I feel like when I started coming to the club 28 years ago, and then when we were bringing up the kids, that this was an experience you couldn't get anywhere else in town. So when you had dinner at Citrus Club or you went to a Citrus Club event, nobody else put on an event like that. And as times change and things switch and different management, different approaches. I feel like we did get a little bit away. I want to bring that exclusivity back. I want people to know when you come to dinner here, you're not going to get a dinner like it anywhere else in town. And that's what my kids remember. So when we were up here having dinner recently, they were all reminiscing about the different dinners that they went to. My daughter's wedding reception was here. It's a full private events. We got to talk about that at some point in a future show. But there's so much that you can do with the Citrus Club, but they have fond memories of experiences they would not have had anywhere else.
Thank you. We brought back some of those experiences with the opening of Tangerine. You've got some tableside appetizers. You've got tableside desserts. And again, chefs' presentation and creativity is just knocking it out of the ballpark. You mentioned private events. Gosh, I can talk for an hour about that. But we have a private events team that really does rock. Elba and Elizabeth, along with John and Fernando, and the entire team wrap themselves around a customer, whether it be a business meeting, whether it be a sales retreat, whether it be a gala. We work with so many folks here in Orlando to create unique and memorable events. It's forte, and private events is definitely the bedrock, if you will, of our food and beverage team.
Great. And we'll bring them on. The plan, of course, as we wrap up, is to bring on private events and member relations and chef and all sorts of fitness. That's right. See, we have a fitness center. That's an urban legend as far as I'm concerned, but I know it exists downstairs. You can get your hair cut down there. There are lots of things you can get downstairs. We have an entire spa membership fitness area downstairs. There's a lot that we're going to talk about every single week. We're going to bring on guests. If you all have suggestions, things you want to talk about, or maybe questions you want to ask James or the team, make sure you message me. And if you are interested in membership, make sure you reach out to me and I'll get you to the right people. It is always a good time up here. It's always classic. That's one reason why I really love it. I can go from having a meeting to enjoying cocktails, back to a meeting, then having dinner, and then enjoying a great event like the Mintners, the Wine Society, or the bourbon, anything. There's so much there.
Tequila.
I know.
The list is endless.
It's endless. But every week, James and I will be kind of focusing on things. So again, if you have questions, you want anything answered, you want to bring up a memory, we'd love to hear that too. I'll share that live on the show, and James can obviously answer the question. Thank you so much. This is our launch of Citrus Club Happenings, Bubbles and Banter. There's really no banter, but there's definitely bubbles.
For sure.
Cheers to you, my friend.
And to you. Thank
we
you so
appreciate
much.
you guys so much. We appreciate the Citrus Club, the whole Citrus Club family. Me personally, I'm very thankful for all of them. They go out of their way every single day to make sure I have an amazing experience. So if you're interested, reach out to me. I'll get you to the right people, and we'll see you here next week, everybody. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.